Hello and a very warm welcome. You're watching WION World as One with me, Diksha Bisla. Let's start with the headlines. Prime Minister Modi arrives in Netherlands as part of a multi-nation Europe tour aimed at strengthening India's strategic and economic partnerships. Says the trip comes amid growing India-EU trade ties and will help expand cooperation in various sectors.
All I can say is that was a great success. I made great deals with these places, we have great relationships, but a lot of things can happen and you'll be hearing about it.
Donald Trump returns to US after a two-day state visit to China, calling the trip a tremendous success and claiming progress on trade and relations with President Xi Jinping.
We're not looking to have wars, and if you kept it the way it is, I think China's going to be okay with that.
Donald Trump warns that pushing for independence could be risky for Taiwan, saying the US is not seeking conflict and suggesting that maintaining the current status quo may be acceptable for China. Iran Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi says United States has sent signals that it wants to continue negotiations, adding that Iran welcomes diplomatic support from other countries, especially China. UAE rejects what it called Iran's attempts to justify terrorist attacks on Gulf nations after Iran accuses UAE of involvement in the war. UAE Minister of State condemns the attacks targeting the UAE and other nations. Lebanon and Israel agreed to extend their ceasefire by 45 days following US-mediated talks despite renewed violence. US State Department says negotiations for permanent political agreement will take place on June 2nd and 3rd. Israel says it carried out an airstrike in Gaza targeting head of Hamas's armed wing, Ezzeddin al-Haddad. It doesn't confirm whether he is killed. Gaza health officials report at least 7 Palestinians, including a child, were killed in airstrikes. Zelensky says Ukraine must respond to Russian attacks in a just and tangible way, claiming that recent operations have hit Russian oil facilities and military targets, praises the effectiveness of country's intelligence services. Extreme volatility was on display in South Korean equity benchmark Kospi on Friday. Kospi hit a new record high of 8,000 points early on Friday and then crashed 8.4% in the same session. That wiped out 509 trillion won or $370 billion in just 6 hours.